All right, are we live? Looks like maybe we are. I'm going to get back over here to the game. Um, okay, here's the deal. I lost my about 9 episodes out of my uh, Skyrim playthrough. Uh, I thought I had uploaded them. I hadn't. I deleted them, and then they weren't backed up. A couple of them were, but most of them weren't backed up to the cloud, so I lost them. They're gone. I wasn't really enjoying that playthrough a great deal anyway. It's been a while since I've done anything. So I decided to just go ahead and start a Starfield playthrough. I'm going to take a look here at how the stream is working and make sure everything's going okay. I'll have to do that again here in a sec. I'm going to start a new game. As you can see, I may cancel that and go into creations and see what this watchtower thing is. I'm not going to do Shattered Space, but I may do Watch Now. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. That looks awful, kind of stupid. That looks kind of stupid. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried it out, obviously. Some of the stuff I'm just going to go back and go down here to new game and start a new game. I want to go over here to the stream. I only have one screen, so I'm not going to be able to do things. Wait till this kind of gets into it here a little bit. My volume was good, but I got to check my game volume after something starts happening here. At some point we will get into the game, but I lost my Skyrim playthrough, so now I'm doing this, and I'm going to give this a shot and try to remember to do this. This is also my first live stream. I got a new piece of software that I'm trying, so I don't know how well it's going to work, but as you can see, here we are. I guess I'll just have to...
Seals are good. Oxygen's good. Just do what you did
Okay, it's not going to let me check because it won't let me go
last time, and you're fine. Follow my one simple rule. Hella, what's my one simple
Listen to
rule?
Lynn. Boss lady knows best.
Exactly. Listen to me. Mining's just like any other job. Go steady, go safe, go home with a pocket full of credits at the end of the day.
Yeah, totally. It's just like, I work in the Stardock. Except with more cave-ins, lasers, and accidental dismemberment.
Very helpful. Thank you.
You're gonna be fine. Your first outing was solid. And, let's be honest, it ain't exactly astrophysics.
That's why I keep him around. Good pep talks.
Yeah, and the fact that I can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300 meters.
Not untrue. A shame we won't find any down here. But the metal deposits alone should pay for our own helium. Hell, after this, we'll have enough jump fuel to bounce from one end of the settled systems to the next.
Hey, more minerals, more money. And so the cycle repeats itself.
Anything in this game
Just no more unauthorized jumps in the house for room space, okay?
He's just a big baby. There are worse lives. You know, most Dusties don't even make it this far.
Okay.
I have a good feeling about you.
Right,
I have
group
a good
hug now
feeling
or
about
at the
me
end of the
too.
shift?
One of these days, Hella, I am going to leave you behind.
All right.
Promises, promises.
All right. Yeah, jump fuel doesn't cost anything. Jump fuel, I'm sorry, doesn't cost anything in this game. So, and I don't know. I can't see.
Okay,
WSD to move,
let's see what
so,
we've
yeah,
got.
I believe this
How are we on
it's
time?
not.
A little longer. Grab some samples?
Always. But not you. Check on Isabel. Make sure she eases up on the breach. I don't feel like getting buried alive today.
Roger
And
that.
like every Bethesda game
Remember,
ever
Dusty,
created,
keep your
I
breathing
think.
steady. And never take that helmet off down here. Oxygen processors don't extend this far.
Yeah.
You either
because
move
God
slower
forbid we drill
or
on a rock with
faster
breathable atmosphere.
than the
Know what I love about working in
NPCs.
Freestar Collective space? Fewer regs. A job like this in the United Colonies? Huh. Dreams of red tape. Ugh. Look at this one over here. Calvert! No! No. It's a laser, not a sledgehammer. Ease up. Benning, if you got paid per break, you'd be a millionaire. Let's go.
Yeah, okay.
What do we say, Dusties? You make your cut, you get your cut. No exceptions. Come on, pick it up. Troy, what's the yield?
Minimal at this point. Occasional glimmer, but it's weak.
What do you think? Stay the course?
No, ma'am. Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Well, okay then. Let's call this one tapped. Why don't you move over to that big vein we looked at?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're gonna head down here, and we get there's our cutter right there. We're gonna pick up the cutter here in a sec, and then I'm gonna go around and mine a little beryllium.
Dusty, you're up. Grab a cutter and mine what you can.
And I'm just gonna hold
Metal
the
deposits are
equipment.
in that cavern. I'll shout out when I need you.
Yeah, I'm not going there. I'm going back here. There was one right here. Where was it? There it is. And I squeeze that in. As you can see, I squeeze in the ADS button. And that centers, as you can see. Look in the middle. You see that move in. This is how long it takes if you don't do that. And this is how long it takes if you squeeze it into ADS. It gets all the way, speeds it up that
I'm
much.
busy.
Yeah, you're busy.
Is there anyone else to bother?
I don't know, is there?
They're ready, boss. Get back
I'm
up
ready,
here.
but I'm not, so I'm mine a little more. I'm gonna mine all the
You got a few
beryllium
more
I can
digs to
find.
go before I feel
Not
like
that I'm
talking to you.
going to actually use all of it, but I'll use some of
This has
it.
been a good run. You lucked out being
When I make
picked
an
up for this
outpost here before too long, some of that will be necessary. And I kind of sort of collect it. Okay, going in here.
one. Come on. It's time.
Yeah.
You're with me.
Yeah,
You think we'll be done here soon?
yeah, I don't know. Are we gonna be done here
This
soon?
is the last dig. Just trying to get through my shift.
You guys talk to you a little bit. I pay very little attention to them because anything really important. I think that's about it. That's close enough. Get out here and go follow Lynn.
And here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Cool mining machine, though. One of the first things I noticed. Obviously, I've played this before, and I have a particular way I kind of like to do things. I don't do everything in order.
Scanner's reading a clean break. Shutting down.
But
Let's go.
I do kind of do some of it in order. I don't
Ella,
really.
get the readings.
Yeah, about that.
Problem?
Not if you consider a spike in gravity readings a problem.
I don't.
You don't?
What we're after, it'll read as an anomaly. That's what I was told anyway.
Okay, now you're starting to freak me out.
Relax. It's just another job. Come on.
We're getting close, I think. Yeah, everything is just... Lynn, seriously, there's something really effed up about this.
Where is it, Hella?
Through there, I think.
Okay, you're up. Something goes wrong in there, we'll come get you.
Why would anything go wrong?
Would you shut up? Both
Okay,
of you.
tells us to go this way. And then we can hold F to turn on our light. We're not going that way, though. Go down here, get that out, squeeze it in. And I just hold the ADS button. You don't really move. And I go down here. There's some things I want from down here. A few things. Like this. You can see that there's something right there. Rocks out of the way. Go back inside here. You're going to see there is there's one. I think that's about it. Then I go back out. That was either neodymium or europium. I can't remember which one is which. Down here every time, but there's some more beryllium, and this one is the other, whichever that was. Okay, this is neodymium, so that was europium in there, and then jump up in here, and there's some more in here. Kind of got to look to find it out of here, and now we're going upstairs. Just go back the way we came. There's not much left up there, and we're going to end up going up the hill here. And I'm just using, these are standard controls, so I'm going to slow down. There's a little more beryllium.
Still getting weird gravity readings. I guess that's a good thing. Just keep going.
We're going to go in and get the beryllium that we can get. I'm not going to spend a whole lot more time on it.
Do you see anything?
Yeah, I see something. And there's some rocks here. That's calamite. I'm going to mine out some of that. A little bit. Not just a whole bunch, but... And as you can see... okay. Alright, that's not... Because we don't have to get all of this. We're going to find a bunch of it laying around at some point, but I like to have a little on hand. That ought to do it. And then we'll go over here, clean off the calamite here. Cut, and what it's talking about is right here. All this off, but I try to harvest. Let my cutter build up a little bit. Get the little red mark, it'll eventually get it. There we go. That's all. That's enough. Now we're just gonna hit hold E to take it. Okay. Then we're gonna hold E. I say E to take. E to take. Why is it not doing it? All right. Now we got to take the object. Had a little more stuff on it, and it wouldn't let us take it. Never ran it. But usually I clear it off pretty good. So. Anyway, here we are. Ooh.
Dusty, snap out of it.
As you can see, we're on kind of medical scanner running our cerebrum right now.
Hey, come on. Come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
And here we are in character creation. All right, I probably ought to start some kind of timer on this. I don't want to run too long. I'm going to go for, probably an hour from now. That ought to do. I don't want to try to run too long. I really want to make sure this is all working. I may have to redo this whole episode, but let's see. I've never done a female character. I've done, as a matter of fact, I may just take that original one right there and not change a whole lot. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Body type, skin tone, face, gonna leave it pretty much like it is. Don't really care. Background is the important part. And I am gonna start out either I I tend to either do file not found, soldier, bounty hunter, or combat medic. Those are the ones that I usually start with, but I think this time I'm going to do, let's see, I want something with, wow, diplomat would be good. That would not, I'll have to come up with a xenobiologist maybe. No, I don't really want that. Soldier, I think I'm just going to stick with soldier. That gives you boost pack training, ballistics, and fitness right out of the gate. File not found is another good one. You get piloting, wellness, and bounty hunters are one of the best because you get targeting control systems right out of the gate. Which I may end up. I'm just going to do soldier. That's what I'm going to do. And then traits. We're going to do alien DNA. Let's see. Not that. Freestar Collective Settler maybe. Or I think I'll do United Colonies Native. I don't usually do that. And let's see. I picked soldier, so I'm going to do Taskmaster, I think, because I'm trained. As a soldier, though, yeah, I'm going to do Taskmaster and then finish up. And I'm going to name her Helen. Just because I don't know anything else to name her. Or I may name her something. Let's see. This is my worst. I do this every time. I'm going to name her. Let's see if it recognizes that name. And you confirm that. All right.
You were a good find when we hired you. Former military always knows how to get the job done. Well, you got the sample. Client's on his way. Then we all get paid.
All right.
You remember anything that happened?
There was just lights and music.
Huh.
I can't do a female
Well, you
voice,
passed out,
so-
that's for sure. Everything else, probably just your brain playing tricks. Either way, we got what we were looking for.
All this trouble for that stupid thing? Huh, sure don't look like much.
Never mind what it looks like. It's worth more than this mine has pulled in all month. We'll be... Speak of the devil.
All right, so we do have a cutter still, and we're gonna go over here and collect the med pack, and then open this door.
Constellation.
She's gonna talk. I
Wait.
don't care.
The Explorers group? Thought they were kind of a joke.
Now learn about Constellation. They're talking about Constellation. If you haven't played this game before, this might not be. There's Heller's personal log number 2. But back here, there's some credits. Okay, it's not back here. It's not back here. It's somewhere else. But we're going to have to come in here again. But right now, I want to not take that. I want to find Heller's personal log number 1, which is going to be back here. There's a cup. There's some tape. We don't need any of this junk. The only thing that's going to be in here is
Whoa. You don't look good.
2 rolls of 0 wire we're going to find around. And we want their supervisor's log number 1.
Supervisor's log. It's day 2 of Argus Extractor's Vectera dig. Freestock Collective Claim ID Beta 7548 Alpha. Site setup was fairly painless. New record for us. 18 hours, including the elevator. The prefabs are starting to show their age, though. Time to rebudget for new equipment. Again. The crew is good. Spirits are high enough. Hella is a pain in my ass, as always. And completely indispensable. What's the saying? The problem is, I love him, and he knows it.
Uh-oh.
Calvert remains the weak link. He just can't train away stupid. But she's got a daughter on Mars or someplace and needs the cred, so she gets one more chance. If she does wash out in the end, we've still got the Dusty. And there's definitely some promise there.
Okay, that's the end of that. So there's supervisor's log number 1. And I thought there was...
Argos usually ain't so good at picking sites. Oh, this time, like a miracle.
Alright, well, not in there. That's Heller's log number 2. I can usually find a thing or 2 in here that I want, but I'm not taking all those space undersuits.
Don't get too used to how easy this has been.
take credits
Next dig might
pretty
be toxic hazards or worse.
There's some credits. There's the other 0 wire. Alright. I want 2 of those.
You all right?
Yeah.
Need some coffee or something?
Is that Heller's personal? Yep.
Here somewhere.
Alright.
Glad when we're off this rock.
Yep. Me too.
This is the personal log of Lynn's amazing right-hand man. That's me, Heller. Another day, another giant rock. The rock currently in question is Vectera, which is, it's a moon. It's in space. It's got ore, like the last 100. Unless you're me and can appreciate the beautiful distinctions between neodymium, vanadium, and iridium. I love these clowns, but most of them can't tell iron from lead.
Okay, so he's a little arrogant, as you can tell. We are going to take that. Oops, going to take that. Going to take that. These snacks, we'll use them early, I imagine. Take the digipick. Those are the lock picks, in case you don't know in this game. Those are lock picks. And we can take these space undersuits, but they're really not worth that much. I am going to take the med pack and the Heart Plus. Heart Plus is very useful, though I don't use it nearly as much as I should. And med packs are obviously valuable. The injectors, want all of those I can get my hands on, because I tend to get sick, because, you know, reasons. Nothing in there anyway. Not all of these have stuff that's worth a damn in. There's some
What?
food here.
Ah, I'm working.
Yeah, we ain't messing around, dude. There's another deep mining spacesuit, which is worth a little, but it's got a mass of 7, so I'm not taking it. And now I'm going to go get Heller's personal log number 2, which is in here.
Personal log. Heller, Argos Extractors. I figured Vectera for your standard moon. Looks like I was misinformed. Lynn just filled me in on what we're really doing here. Looks like Lynn's got another, what's the word she used? Discreet contract with that Barrett guy. He says there's something special here, and he's paying top dollar for us to find it, rip it out, and deliver it, no questions asked. I have, of course, been honoring this arrangement by asking Lynn a ton of questions. She's playing it close to her sweaty old vest, as usual. But a guy does have to wonder, what the hell does special even mean in this case? We're on a moon, in the middle of nowhere. Either this guy guy wants to make jewelry from some rare space diamonds, or there's some kind of ancient alien death weapon buried here. If it's diamonds, I'm totally stealing one to give to Jennifer, or Carlos, or Naya. And if it's a death weapon, I get to shoot it first. Those are my terms.
Okay, so that's the end of that. Now we'll go out here and go through. And you can pick this up on space mining, but she'll complain about it a little bit. It doesn't really say anything too valuable. Lynn's gonna walk on out there, but we're gonna inspect around here. We're gonna take the sparkling water. We're not gonna take the happy
Heller
sandwich,
putting
though
that
we
first
could.
aid seminar to work on you, huh?
Yeah, sure was. I'm not taking a whole bunch of this junk that's laying around. You can, if it's really kind of
How'd they sucker you to join?
not
Fall
necessary
for the
at first.
fancy pamphlets?
And there's a lemon. Want that. There's supervisor's log number 2.
Supervisor's log supplemental. Still day 2 of Argos Extractor's Vectera dig. Freestar Collective Claim ID Beta 7548 Alpha. As far as anyone knows, this is just another ore run. Vectera's got enough mid-level veins to keep everyone working and not asking questions. I've told Heller everything he needs to know, which is pretty much everything I know. That this is another one of Barrett's special orders. He made good with the payment for Kazal, even if it was a bust. This time, I'm not so sure. This place is giving me the willies. I think we're going to find something. I just have no idea what it could be, or why Barrett might want it. But those sweet constellation credits mean we dig our holes and keep our mouths shut. And I'm okay with that. Hopefully, between Barrett's mysterious thing and the ore itself, we'll be done with this rock in 5 days, when the transport is supposed to come back for extraction.
Alright, that's that. And we're not going to get much more out of that. So we'll go in here.
All right, Dusty. Airlock.
All right,
Put
now
your helmet on.
we got to go into our inventory, which is here. Go down to helmets and equip our helmet. That puts our helmet on. And then we're going to get out of here. And we're down 55 of 135, so we're not in bad shape. So we're just going to tab on all the way out of here. We're just going to hold tab to exit out. And then we're going to go outside. We're soldiers, so we don't have a jetpack, but we can use jetpacks, and we've got ballistics, which is a good thing. Now, here's the deal.
Take care of yourself
I'm
out
going to
there.
take this reactive gauge. There comes Barrett. The Constellation ship. And there's stuff laying around, but what I'm really interested in is this guy right here. Because I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to set that down right there. I don't care if it falls or not. I'm going to pick up the other one. And this works just like everything. You can just hold the interact key and pick stuff up. That's the games work like that. If you don't know,
Not interested. Whatever it is.
and then once you pick it up, you can just haul it around, here and there. I'm just going to set those down, grab this fourth one right here, and come over here and spread them out right about here, because something's going to happen right in this area, and if you don't know, you're going to know soon enough. And I look around, you don't want to touch that. That's just going to hurt your health. Not going to take the brown engineering outfit. Don't want that. Going to come over here, take the adaptive frame. That is and I want the sealant. I don't want the hazmat suit. I picked up the reactive gauge.
Yeah? Something you need?
Nope. I sound like a guy, so I have a female character. There's a gun right here and some 7.77 millimeter caseless. 103 rounds of that and that. And now we're going to hit tab and go into inventory and go to weapons. And we're going to get that ready. And we're going to right here and get all the way out and hit R. All right, we're good to go. So we're gonna hold R again and come out here and talk to Lynn. Or not talk to Lynn, but come out here with Lynn. That's Lynn. Heller's standing back there. But we want that gun. We definitely want that Eon.
Barrett?
Man!
Been a long time.
Yes, it has. That mine on Bendy, right?
Kazal, hellhole, like this place. Rare mineral contract. Your tastes are a bit more sophisticated now, huh?
So, you found something?
Right here. The new girl found it.
That right. And everything went cool? Just like grabbing those minerals on Bendy?
Kazal. And no, Barrett, not cool. She passed out after the extraction. Woke up saying all kinds of nonsense.
Is that right? Went on a trip, huh?
You could call it that.
That fun, huh? Not the most gentle push into the great mysteries of space, but hey, been there.
Look, just hand over the credits, and I'll be happy to never see this thing, or you, ever again.
That's why I like you, Lynn. All business.
Barrett, the scanners on the frontier are reporting a ship coming in hot from orbit.
I really thought I lost them.
Oh man, bummer.
Barrett?
Holy shit! That's the Crimson Fleet!
That's the Crimson Fleet. Oh no. So we're gonna get our pistola out. We're gonna come right over here and crouch down. Crouching. Yeah, I got Oh, I'm dead. Oh, wow, I let myself die. I don't think I've ever died there before. I kind of... Oh, man, I got to go back through all this nonsense? Oh. I at least pick up my gun. Okay. This is a bummer. Yeah, I never died there before. Damn it, Lynn.
Barrett?
Man!
Been a long time.
We're gonna have mine on Bendy. Yeah,
Yes, it
nope,
has.
Kazal.
That mine on Bendy, right?
Kazal, hellhole, like this place. Rare mineral contract. Your tastes are a bit more sophisticated now, huh?
So, you found something?
Right here. The new girl found it.
That right. And everything went cool? Just like grabbing those minerals on Bendy?
Kazal. And no, Barrett, not cool. She passed out after the extraction. Woke up saying all kinds of nonsense.
Uh-huh.
Is that right? Went on a trip, huh?
You could call it that. Okay, I'm not gonna do a girl's voice.
That fun, huh? Not the most gentle push into the great mysteries of space, but hey, been there.
Look, just hand over the credits, and I'll be happy to never see this thing, or you, ever again.
That's why I like you, Lynn. All business. business.
Barrett, the scanners on the
Okay, here we
frontier
go.
are reporting a ship coming in hot.
And it's still set up. That's good news. Pretty sure I can. How do I crouch? Wait a minute. Hold on. Settings, gameplay, crouch. Back. Controls. That's what I want. Crouch. I know I can crouch. Tab. Sneak. Left control. Okay. I was trying to use, whoops, a different game. That's what I want. Quit it. Dang it. Okay, my health is low. I gotta use a zero. Watch out. Okay, where are they? There you are.
Started. Like this. I'm out of here.
Okay, wow. That sucked. Alright, we'll take all of that. We lost some people, I think. Take all of those. Yep, we lost a miner. That's too bad. Take the med pack. I'm not taking the rib shank. I might take the rib shank. I'm not taking the cutter. Take the rescue axe. I'm not taking all that. You're there. Take those maelstroms. Maelstroms are better than what I've got. Oh, a modified maelstrom. That's good news. I'll look through all this junk, see what I've got. Alright. Tab. Go into inventory and look at the weapons. We've got a modified maelstrom, but only it's got a long barrel. But I'm going to use that, even if I don't like it particularly.
Can't believe the Crimson Fleet hit us.
Yeah, we only lost one, though. Looks like.
Did you see Lynn? Ran straight at those pirates like it was
Yeah.
nothing.
I saw Lynn. Well, we
You
only
in one
lost
piece?
one, I guess.
Good.
Now, that was some fine work under pressure. You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions? You're coming with me to Constellation. You're part of this now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't ask for anything.
Hey, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but we don't exactly know what the artifact might have done to your head, and Constellation is really the only group qualified to help.
Oh no,
What?
Barrett. No. You think you're just going to take off after the mess you caused?
All right. I guess I did just put you all on the Crimson Fleet hit list. How about I stay and I send your Dusty here in my place? I know, but she's not some miner anymore, Lynn. Soon as she touched that rock, something changed. Don't tell me you can't feel it.
Fine. It's a deal. Get out of here, Dusty. You're on to bigger things.
Thanks for everything, Lynn.
Just go. Before I say something I regret.
Well, now that that's settled. Vasco, get her to the lodge. No deviations unless absolutely necessary, okay? Protocol Indigo.
Indigo. Again. Very well.
I call him
Oh, and
Vasco,
hey,
but-
take this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it even tells the time.
Oops. What do I got going on here? Something going on.
Hey, look at that. The watch fits you perfectly.
Uh-huh.
Now, questions?
Nope. Who are you and what's Constellation?
See, that's the problem with the settled systems. Too easy to take everything for granted. While everyone else is busy playing politics, we're the ones braving the unknown, charting the vastness of space. Without us,
Kind of like that
the
idea.
galaxy is just a big room with the lights turned out.
Okay. Well, you're giving me your ship.
Technically, it's not even mine. Consider it a loan. Vasco will keep you on course. Besides, I'm making an exception since you can tell Constellation about that vision you had.
All right. Well, now I'm done. Yeah, that's it.
And Vasco, don't let her break my ship.
Okay. All it does is change. I didn't know what female changed. If it would change that conversation, other than just changing the gender of the individuals involved, but it doesn't. It says she instead of he and that sort of thing. But go up here, go to Frontier, and then there are a
Captain.
couple of things.
I assume you know how to fly a Class A starship. As Barrett likes to say, it's as easy as learning to ride a bike. I will attempt to boost the shields, just in case there are any difficulties.
All right, he's going to boost the shields. We're going to...
You know the drill, Vasco. Protocol Indigo means no deviations, no distractions, no dalliances, in short, no fun. Unless, as strictly defined by Sarah, said deviations, distractions, and dalliances are completely necessary in getting this fine vessel, the Discovery-class Starship Frontier, back home in one piece. I guess I'm still technically borrowing it from Constellation, even if I have no intention of actually giving it back.
All right, that's number one, and I think number 3 is right there, and number 2 is back here in the head or the bathroom, whatever, however you want to call it. It would be the head because it's a ship. So.
Well, hey there, irate pirates. Looks like you finally did it. Boarded my ship, scrapped my bot, ripped those beautiful brown eyes out of my adorably cherubic face. And then you discovered the guy you had pegged as a treasure hunter doesn't actually have any treasure. Not anymore. It's true. I may have had a pricey trinket or two when I evaded your sorry asses at Kumazi, but brother had to buy fuel. So you get nothing, except my ghost. Because I am going to haunt your asses till the end of your days. Which, for a Crimson Fleet pirate, is about, what, another week?
Okay. When I first heard that, I thought that he had been taken over or something, that he was some kind of an impersonator or not, the guy I was actually looking for. But gonna take that med pack. It's always there, by the way. I'm not taking any of this other junk except Barrett's personal slate number 3.
Oh, I'd kill for some chunks right now. First stop when I get home. But I really need to get better about packing snacks for these long hauls. Some rhubarb boom pop.
Ugh.
Maybe some cereal.
Rhubarb.
Irvin always made the best trail mix. Added in little marshmallows for stars.
Okay.
I missed that.
That's the other question I had. I wondered if he was married to Irvin. And I'm going to sleep for an hour, which is 2 hours and 45 minutes local time, but that gets my health up to 100%. And plus it gives me a boost in my XP, gives you a 10% XP boost as well. So we're going to go in here, take off. We've got piloting, I think, but not. And I don't mess around with. There's some other little side quests you pick up, but.
Shields ready. The rest is up to you.
All right, we hold space to take off. Outside the atmosphere. Pilot the ships within the atmosphere in this game. And what I do is I go over and I take stuff out of engine.
Now that we are in orbit, it might be wise to test all controls and systems to ensure they are not on the verge of catastrophic failure.
Right.
I can step you through the entire process, or if you're already an experienced pilot, just power up all the systems and we'll be on our way.
Okay, yeah, I don't care about that. Already done it.
Each system on a ship requires power. Allocating power is under your direct control.
Yep, did that already.
Let's go over the engines. Engines control our maximum speed. Try increasing and decreasing our relative velocity.
Okay, that's W and S, obviously, and you want to keep it kind of
A ship's engine has a sweet spot for better handling during turns.
You look right down there.
Draw your attention to the HUD. You'll notice a speed indicator in the lower left with a gauge that goes up and down as you adjust the throttle. Try to center the gauge so that it lines up with the center of the vertical bars to its right. Boosts can be engaged for temporary bursts of speed.
And that's the shift to give you burst, boost, and then I slow it down to the normal speed. I'm not going to run boost the whole time.
Let's turn our attention to the shields.
We're going to do
Try adjusting power to the shields. Notice more power increases their strength.
Alright, we're down there on
Shields protect the ship from hull damage. Without a hull, it'll be vaporized. Shield health is displayed in the lower right. Hull damage is below it.
33%, 66%, and that's in the lower right corner. You can see it down there. Now we're at 100%. So 0, 33.
You've proven an adequate pilot. Are you familiar with ship combat tactics? Because that's a Crimson Fleet ship bringing its weapons to bear.
I don't think we can lock.
We will need to disable their shields. Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective.
Can't lock on.
If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can lock in to fire a homing missile. The enemy shields are down, Captain. Ballistic weaponry excels at damaging the hull once shields are offline.
Got him. And he's got some stuff there, which we're going to hit E.
Congratulations on surviving your first Starship assault, Captain.
Isn't it great?
We should search the wreckage for spare parts and other salvage. You will need to fly close to it before we can access the remains.
And I don't have piloting because I'm not being able to use thrusters. Spacebar is how you use thrusters, so.
Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
And you can see that you can go up there. Yeah, I don't have piloting.
Grab drives out!
has been far more than anticipated. At this rate, the odds of continual assault from their ships are high enough to jeopardize our mission. In short, they are after the frontier and will not stop. We will need to deal with the local Crimson Fleet captain. A recent scan indicates an abandoned facility on the nearby moon of Crete, a perfect staging area for pirates.
All right, so we're not in bad shape. We weren't damaged or anything. We've got to travel to Crete, so we want to hit tab, go to the star map, which is up here, and yeah, travel between stars. Zoom out to see the entire star system, zoom out again to see the stars in the settled systems, and plot a course by selecting the star system you want to travel to, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so we're going to hit R to do resources, and it'll show us what's on this planet, and then we're going to hit tab to go out, and there's Crete right there, so we're going to click it to go in, and click that, and hit X, or E there, and hit hold X to travel. Or you can just click down. And we're not jumping, so we don't need grab drive. We don't need anything in the grab drive.
We have arrived in orbit. The abandoned facility with our Crimson Fleet captain is on the surface.
Tab, and we go to the star map again. And the planet view, and we're going to hold R to scan. And then we're going to click that, and we're going to click and hold X to land, or whichever. You can click it and hold it, or just hold X.
I'll follow you from here on out, Captain.
And we got about 20 What I want to do is I want to get up. I don't want to exit the ship. I want to sleep for an hour. Just to refresh my XP boost a little bit. Sleep for 1 hour, which turns out to be 1 hour. And then we're going to go out. And I do not, at this point, want to go in. I want to take out, I want to hit open my scanner, which is F. And scan creatures, minerals, and plants. Each unique item scanned progresses your survey data of the planet. Completed survey data can be sold for credits. The scanner mode also unlocks additional features such as building outposts and using social skills like diplomacy and intimidation. But we're going to go up here and we're going to scan that. And we're going to go over here and scan that. And we got to be, and that's silver. So we're going to take out the scanner and hit that. And there's some more silver. I'm going to hit that. I don't need a bunch of it, but I'm going to scan a little bit. And there's some iron. We're going to get some of that. And you only have to scan that once. Ores, you only have to scan one time. But plants and animals, you have to scan multiple times. And the higher you get your scanning skill, the fewer times you have to scan it. So you have to be within 10 meters at first. And you can... did I get that? Okay. Yeah, I did. Over here. There's some more iron. Take a little bit of iron. There's another... I want to try to get a level before I go into here. I need some more of those, but... And as you can see, it's 61% scanned. And you can scan that. That's a bionics lab. There's some lead. We need a little bit of lead too. And as you can see, that's down there. We've only got 3 more inorganic resources left to get. There's another one. And we'll run around and do some of this. Okay, and that's got fiber. We want a couple of those. couple of pieces of fiber as well. There's another unknown. That's a radio tower. Not that any of that junk matters right now, but... Alright. We're not going to go that way. There's, can't tell if that one's out of range. Looks like we've scanned it already, I think. Yeah, you can tell it's solid blue. If it'll just be outlined in blue if we haven't scanned it. So that was solid blue as well, I think. Yeah. And there's another one there that we haven't scanned. And there's one down there that we haven't scanned. We need 2 more. There's some more lead. So there's... fiber, and I think we're going to be, we need one more scan, I'm pretty sure. There's one over in this direction. We'll head towards our, that's Crete Research Facility. Crete Research Lab is in that direction. And there's one down there, but I don't really want to go down there.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
Yeah. Doggone it, I'm gonna have to go down there, aren't I? Alright, so that's 100% scanned. And we've got all of the flora in this area scanned, and we've got to scan some fauna. Back up here to the ship. I did not get a level. Alright. That's the radio tower. I did not get a level, which kinda sucks, but you know, I was hoping when I finished that scan out that I would get a level, but I didn't. It's okay. Go down here and scan these. There's some little critters roaming around. Gonna scan them. There's another one. There's 3 of them. And kill them to get a little more XP. It don't amount to much. But I'm almost to that. And we got nutrient. Follow this path down towards our and there's another critter. I'm gonna run up to him and scan.
Be careful, Captain. Alien creature.
Got him. We just made our level. That's good news. We're gonna take the cosmetic, the nutrient, and the fiber. All right, now. Hit tab twice to get in here, and we're going to go up here to skills because we just got another skill. You receive 1 skill point to spend every time you level up. Each skill unlocks a challenge. Complete the challenge and then spend a skill point to rank up the skill. The top row represents basic skills. The rows below are locked until you have spent a minimum number of skill points in that category. Okay, so in other words, I have to spend 4 points here before I unlock this row. And then I have to spend 8 points either here or here, either way, to unlock this row. And then I have to spend 12 points total. I can spend them all here and then unlock this row. But I have to spend 12 points total in order to unlock this row. Same thing goes for all of these. We've got boost pack training, security. That's the one I want, I think. Either security or persuasion. And I think I'll do security because there's some locks in here. We got fitness. We've got to use up all available oxygen and carbon dioxide. Weightlifting is another one that I'm going to want, and wellness. But I can wait on those for a little while because I want security immediately. So now I can pick locks and it'll count. I can pick up to advanced locks and it counts towards, because each time you do one of these, you get a challenge in order to upgrade it to the next rank. You have to, in this case, pick 5 locks. So I want to always be keeping those at the highest level I can. And we'll get our scanner back out here because there's some more stuff in here. There's some more. There's some more iron. And then there's some up here as well that we can get to. I don't think we're going to get all of this stuff scanned, but it is. We got iron, lead, that sort of stuff. And that's about all we're going to get. That's all I really care about anyway. And this is a low grav planet, or a fairly low gravity planet. Got too much of it. Hold on to the iron. I thought there was aluminum here too, but maybe not. Alright, I've looked up there and you never find anything over there. So now I'm going to put this scanner away. Hold it and turn on our flashlight and go in here. I'm fully loaded. This is an auto weapon, so it'll go a little faster. Don't want to be shooting stuff that's going to blow up on us. Take the med pack. Oh, and this shows our quick menu. It automatically puts med packs in there, but you've got to put weapons and things in there, which I'm not going to do yet. Take all of that. And because I slept, I'm fully healed. Now we're going to the retreat. We got about 15 minutes or 10 minutes. Don't want to shoot those. Those will blow up. Just in case you're wondering. What is that? The gravity paradigm. That's not particularly valuable. There's some books we're looking for. All the credits we can get our hands on. And what we're looking for is old Earth books. Like Omega the Last Days is a book written on Earth in 1894, okay? Talking about a comet. You can read this if you'd like. It's not much of I'm not taking the hammer, but there are books that we're looking for, and Omega the Last Days is one of them. There's ammo for our Eon.
Curious. These are United Colonies markings, but we are in Freestar Collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once a secret UC facility.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's good to know, Vasco. We're in a secret UC facility, and we're going to find that out. We're going to take that polytextile. That is a manufacturing component. So we're going to take that. A crafting component, in other words. Oh, and you see that thing right there? That is
It would be wise to search the enemy's remains for valuables.
Alright, so watch out, Vasco. What? Doggone it. Red Rover, come over. That is not one of the books we're looking for. Whenever you see these things, and they're kind of beige colored, there's a heat leech going to pop out of that. Just in case you're wondering. for, again, old Earth books, except those written by Charles Dickens. And that's because they're very valuable. There's a particular place you can sell them where they're valuable. So those are some of the things that I pick up early. In addition to that, it's pretty much just, I've collected all kinds of things in this game, like coffee cups, coffee mugs, baseball caps, because you find several different varieties of each of those. So I've kind of collected those at one point or another. Different types of them. Turn the flashlight off. Even though we're not really going to run into, we're getting ready to run into some trouble, I guess. Before too long, we're going to run into some trouble. Flashlight back on. And go through here. Dead guy over here, got some credits, some milk, and there's some more credits. I think, nope, this is not an old Earth book, but we're going to take it anyway. Tell when something is a manufacturing component. If you look at it, hopefully I can find something here soon that is an actual manufacturing component, and you'll be able to see the difference. When you look at stuff like this, it just says hydraulic clamp, but when you look at a manufacturing component, a crafting component, it's going to say something different, and I'll show you. Okay, so we're going to go in here. Take that. Let's see, seeds containers.
What the hell is going on here?
We will get spotted if we leave our headlight on, or our flashlight on.
You'd better. Brogan said if you see anything that isn't fleet, it dies. You hearing me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. We got it.
See them out there. Wine glass is not. I'm not finding any components now. Stay crouched for a sec. Open the door. Step around the corner. We saw him over here. Yep, there's one. Just take a good aim.
Cover me! Fire! Fire! Pull it on!
Quit it.
That was close. Go! I'll cover you!
Not taking the rescue axe. Already got one of those. They're not that valuable. Not going to take them. Want these 7.7 cases, and I'll go ahead and take that Eon, even though I've already got one. And there's a Grindel. Those also use 7.7 millimeter caseless. Load. Run around and see if we've got any crafting components or any food laying around. There's sparkling water. And we're going to go into our inventory now, and I'll show you. Go down here to 8, and we can eat that. We can hit E to use these, or just click on them to use them. I don't want to use the drink pack beer, but you can see if you go over it, there's a little green mark over here in our health bar that shows how much that will heal of our health. It's not a whole lot. We're not going to eat that. We'll eat the meal pack ramen and the ramen mini bite and the red harvest white we're going to keep for a particular reason, and the protein bars, we're going to eat a couple of those. And you can see that they don't heal a whole lot, but we've got 3 sparkling water and they don't heal much. But Synthamete multi, we're going to keep that. Yeah, we'll use that. And then the sparkling water, we'll just not use that right now. We'll save that. Alright, and now we're going to ease on through here. Still looking for books and things and crafting components. There's a book. That's a notebook, and the Pickwick Papers is not one of the books we're looking for. That is unfortunate. Watch out, Vasco. You're gonna have to look out, buddy. There's nothing in there.
The Terrormorph is loose! I repeat, the Terrormorph is loose! Do not engage! If you can reach...
Oh, man! That was the best!
Classic United Colonies. Put something in a cave until it kills you.
One more time!
Okay, so they're watching a video of what the United Colonies was doing here. And there's a Terrormorph. There's some books. Frankenstein, that's an old Earth book. Carrie of the Cosmos, I don't know about that one. Oliver Twist, it's a Dickens book. Might pick Carrie of the Cosmos, 2301. Nope. Okay. And Oliver Twist is definitely a Dickens book. You know, and the lady that buys those doesn't. That did give us a visit the London landmark on Earth. To give us a little side quest. Weird radiant quests. I'm not going to look at all that. Full of spice worms. And we can sleep for an hour here and get our health back up to full, but we're close enough now that it doesn't matter. Might want to do that just for the XP, but we're not going to bother with it at this point. Those battle meal packs heal a lot of damage, and that saves on med packs early in the game. I don't take it later on, but really early I do, because it does save on med packs early. Again, there's a safe. We can open that safe, and that'll be one of our locks that we can get, and we can do that there, or it might fit there. And then this one would be here, maybe. Yep, that's the inside. So now this one would be on the outside, there and there. Okay, so E, 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 E. And that opens it up. And we're not going to get a whole lot. We got a suppressed rattler, and we'll take that, and the 27 caliber, even though I'm never going to use it. There's a blue lab outfit, some other junk around here. Let's see, what is that? That's a red harvest. I'm going to take that. There's a shielded lab outfit. There's another UC battle meal. We could sleep for an hour, not going to, because we're in pretty good shape as far as our health goes. Always take the med packs. And then out of here, gonna turn off the light and go on out of here. We can see there's lights in that direction over there. We know there's somebody over there. But we can use the light in here. Blender base is not worth anything. There's some chunks. Gosh darn it. Where's... I want to find a... Okay, I'm going to take that battle meal pack. There's another UC battle meal, which are not worth as much as the battle meal packs, or they're not as good about healing you as the battle meal packs, but they're better than nothing. And there's some bandages, we want those, and there's an Eon, some 7.7 caseless, and another Grindel. We're going to take those. And the caseless shotgun shells, we always take ammo. Ammo weighs nothing, so it hurts nothing to take it. I'm going to turn the flashlight off and head on out of here. Can't get through that door. And go over here. There's some fragmentation mines. I wish they were frag grenades, but we'll take them. Watch out, Vasco. Gonna crouch and go around the corner here because there's some people right there.
Right after me! Idiot! Well, now look at you!
There's another hazmat suit. I'm not finding anything. I wanted to show y'all. Alright. There's some more people up there too. I know there are. Alright, but first, 7.7 caseless and Grindel. Credits and not taking the rescue axe. Alright, going around.
Here! Over here!
Crouch. Oh, there. He noticed me. Where are you?
I am picking up faint signs of life in the area.
Alright. Not gonna worry too much about it. I'm gonna get over here. This guy.
You appear to be prioritizing our deaths over your own survival.
No. Alright, so I'm gonna go in there and collect his junk. And then I'll come back down here and clean up all of these other... Sorry. Want all that. There's a rattler, and take all of that. Fuel paste, might want that.
The enemy has dropped out of our view.
They're not gone though, buddy. They are not gone. Trust me.
Found you.
Come on!
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
I only got 29 rounds left for this guy, but...
Keep your head down!
Okay. I have 9 rounds left of these. Structural material. I guess I could have went in and looked at that. Credits and a rescue axe. Don't need that. Turn my light on. Roaming around here. Some more sparkling water. Probably going to have to change weapons here to the Grindel. But first I'm going to go see if there's anybody else. Go back sushi, see if there's anybody left up here to kill before I go on. There's some Hope Tech cap. Oh, I didn't want that. I don't collect those anymore. And we've got an Equinox and some laser. That's a laser rifle, which is a good thing. Med pack. I think we'll just take all of that food stuff. That's about all that's in here, I think. And going around the corner. Check her. Another Grindel. Oh, there's a dead guy. pharmaceutical lab. Okay, these are aluminum. Now you'll see where it says aluminum, it says common inorganic resource. This item can be used as a component in crafting. That's what you'll get when you've got a crafting component. So that's how you can tell, because stuff like that surgical bowl doesn't say any of that. So you can tell that whether or not it's a crafting component by just the way that it looks. Fiber going here. Now we're going to go downstairs and look around to make sure we've looted everything that we can loot. And there's a guy behind the stairs here. He's got credits. Taking all of that. Here's a guy over here. He's got a hard plus. And we'll change our gun out and go up, and we'll finish out this area. All these scientists, they typically have stuff on them. Every time I've ever seen them, they've got stuff on them. All these scientists that are laying around dead, they have materials of some type on them. And I know, I'm not the greatest player in the world, but, you know. And there is an arm of something. There is something. Don't know what those are. Those are alien parts. But notice these scratches in the floor. That was caused by the terror morph. Right? Don't want to run. Okay, so I'm overloaded. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to change my weapon to the... I've got an Equinox, but I don't have much ammo. I've got 5 Grindels. I don't have any modified Grindels. Oh yeah, I do. That's got a long barrel. And I've got 466 rounds, so that's what we're going to use. Tab out of here. Wow, I look funny. I may have to restart this whole playthrough and not be a girl. Not be female, because it just looks weird to me. I don't play females very often. But I had never played one in this game, so I wanted to see if there was a difference in the dialogue, see if it made any difference in the dialogue that you get. And it does make some difference, just on the gender of the language that they use. It calls you a her and she and that sort of thing. Alright, so turning our light off. Let our oxygen build back up.
Listen up. We got someone trying to jump our school. Hold them up here while Brogan sets up on the roof. I'm on it. No one's getting through.
Okay, they're over there. We'll come back and loot this out. But first, we're going over here.
Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Light him up! Going!
Come on. Where are you? Ah, there you are.
Light it up!
Alright, I've got to go this way. Quit it.
Go around. I'll cover you.
I am.
Not worth it!
In combat, there is a high likelihood of human death.
You've already lost.
Oh, wait.
Get
That
dead!
was lost. Okay, going upstairs. I don't think there's anybody in here.
I do not feel pain, but I hear it is terrible.
It is terrible. Yeah, okay, whatever. We want to take all these weapons. That's it.
You
That's
were
it.
trying to kill me, but I am not technically alive.
Credits. Baker Dell and the space trucker cargo. No. Load. Alright, now we will go downstairs and loot. Back to the very beginning and loot. I don't think there's a whole lot in here, but we're going to check it out. Yeah, there's nothing. Oh, wait. There's a book, Simpler Times. That's not one that we're looking for. Oliver Twist, again. Not looking for that. Charles Dickens we're not looking for. Other authors we are. Here, pick this lock, and we've got 3, 4, 5 on the inside, so that'd be a 3 and a 2. Potentially this one, maybe. Yep, that's looks like maybe it. So now this one would be here, and then this one would be here, just like that. So E that one, and then E this one, and then E. The door opens, and we pick 2 of 5 locks, which is good news. We want to pick 5 if we can. And get that out of the way. We could look at the junk on that computer, but we're not going to. That's Hayden's tournament. If you want to get the backstory, you can. I don't do that. I don't care that much about the backstory. And we're going to unlock this one too. Even though novice is not. Let's see. I'm going to guess that maybe that. Nope. This. Let's try this first on the outside. Yep, that's going to have to be there. Or it could be this here. No. Nope. Okay, so it'll only work here. So that's got to be that one, and then that just leaves this. Okay. So that's got that. Now this one has to be the inside. And I'm going to say it has to be there. And then that would leave this one to be right there. So we're just going to start here and E 4 times. And that's Med Pack, Heart Plus, and credits. And we've got 3 locks booked. Alright, so we're running kind of long on this, but that's okay. This is a little different because it's a live stream and I've never done this, and hopefully it's working right. I'm overloaded badly. Gonna probably have to go in here and see something. I think I've got a boost pack. Yeah, basic boost pack. That's good news. Yep, which means we can boost now. Look around in here. There's a. I used to pick these up, but they're not worth that much, and they weigh 150 each. It's not a very good ratio, so they're not. Money is not. Credits are not going to be a problem, as you'll soon see. Got him. This guy here. There's not a whole lot in here to find, I don't think. Watch out, Vasco. I hate it when he does that. There's some toxin or sealant, one or the other sealant. You need sealant. You do need sealant things. You need quite a bit of that for various things to craft and for making outposts and that sort of stuff. There's toxin. Hyper catalyst can always use a couple of those, and there's spiced worms. We're gonna have to go in and eat some here. Down to aid. Not gonna use that. Gonna eat that. Gonna eat one of those. Full food spice worms. We'll eat both of those. Injector lemon lettuce. Meal pack sushi. Red Harvest rye. I don't think we need that. Sparkling water. Synthamite turkey. UC battle meal. And the UC battle meal multi-packs. We're going to eat 3 of those at least. And that is enough. That gets us pretty close. We are still over overburdened, but it's all right. We're gonna live through it. Look around in here. We're not greatly overburdened. So we'll worry about that shortly. Take the digipick. Those don't weigh anything either, so we could drop some weapons if we had to. Always helps with that crazy crap. And this is Dr. Hayden Wynn. He's one of these guys here. And we could, like I said, we could get on the computer.
It's loose. The terramorph is loose. We can't stop it. When we tried to sync with the neural control interface, it just completely flipped out. Broke through its containment chamber like it was made out of paper. It killed Michelson, Cobb, and Sumatri in all of 1 minute. I'm not even sure where it is now. It took off deeper into the facility. A security detail went in after it, but good friggin' luck. When I know it's safe, I'm going to make a run for the comm relay. Try to call in the cavalry. This is Hayden Wynn, lead xenobiologist. Wishing he had gone to dentist school like his parents wanted.
Okay, so the terramorph basically killed everybody. If you don't know, terramorphs are kind of badass. I'm gonna unlock this because can, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the inside. So a 3 and a 2. So this has to go on the inside. And then this one is gonna be that, I think. Yep. Okay. So that means these two have to go on the outside. Probably like that. And like this. Yep. And got some 7.7 cases. And that's it. There's one lock left for us to pick, which is perfect. We're not going to take the deep mining space helmet or any of that junk.
I'm detecting a safe nearby. We could make use of whatever is inside, provided you had some digipics and a disregard for personal property rights.
That's the lock we're going to pick. Sorry. I forgot he was there.
You're dead. We're all dead. The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the terramorph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming.
Okay, well, that tells you they couldn't get out. We're going to take all of that and take these digipicks. And then we're going to pick this lock. And it's a novice. All of these early ones are... We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So 2 3s. Everything's a 3, so that doesn't narrow anything down. We just got to kind of test until we see. And what we got is not going to be that. Not going to be there at any rate. So this one is going to be on the outside. And it could be... Okay, that looks like this and this. Yep. Okay, so that's the first two. That means these are on the inside. Not there. Got to be there and here. Alright, so 4 E's. And then Great Expectations. That's another book that we don't really want, but we'll take it just in case. You know, it's Dickens, but, you know, whatever. And then we're going to go up to go here. That's roof access. And that gets us up here. And we're going to be even more overburdened here in a sec. But med pack, amp, extended mag coachman. We're going to take that. Definitely credits. Not going to take the deep mining spacesuit. We are going to take the aluminum and the argon. And then we're going to reload. And we're going to go out here. Now we do have a boost pack. We want a boost pack. Now we can just, from right here, blow these guys up if we want to. But we're going to go out here and talk to them.
You gotta be kidding me. The Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands?
What's your problem with Barrett anyway?
We don't have a problem with Barrett. We want that ship, the Frontier. If you're the captain of it now, that means we're after you.
Well, I'm with Constellation. You need to stop attacking our
Oh, no. You see, maybe your colleague Barrett didn't tell you, but there's a bit of a legend surrounding that ship.
Yeah.
That Constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays, the loot from 100 planets, and it's going to be ours.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons, but the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
Yeah.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that robot to say. We're taking that ship.
Yeah, not likely, buddy. Okay.
Open fire!
Protocol Indigo dictates that I am to return to the lodge with no deviations. We are here to stop the Crimson Fleet from pursuit.
I'm blind!
Violence significantly decreases one's life expectancy. We should now be free to travel to Constellation's headquarters without Crimson Fleet interference.
Yep, we're not going to do that, though. Pick up all this junk, go over here and get his junk. Don't on it. Modified Maelstrom, we want that. And then we can jump down here and start killing people over there. And we'll just wait till we get next to the ground and hit it again. We got a boost pack, we can jump.
How hard is it to take this girl down?
Oh, wow. Oh. Where's my O? Almost died there.
In combat, Barrett often yells, "Pew."
I can't see!
I am not sure why.
Alright. Going up here. Reload. Hit another med pack. That ought to do us. I don't think there's
I am
anybody-
detecting the enemy once more. I am aiming for your center of mass.
There, we're done. Credits 77 Cases and Grindel. Alright, now we can't fast travel because we're overweight. We're overburdened. And that's iron. That's silver. We don't have any aluminum out here. We've got to get to the ship. We're going to turn that off. And reload. And put our gun away. And then we're going to, once we get back to the ship, we're going to, and we can fast travel to the ship if we weren't overburdened. We're just going to go back here and we ran out of O2. We're going to run out of O2 and let it go all the way red. because we start building up CO2 when we run out of oxygen. And we're going to let our CO2 build all the way up. Don't need our flashlight on. We got to do that 20 times in order to upgrade, in order to rank up our... And we're going to get it up a little bit more, stop. And let it come back. When you get down to nothing, it'll take your health down. You won't die from that, but it will take your health down. And it's not going to matter because we're going to sleep. We're going to board the ship.
Captain,
we're going to end this
to reach the lodge, we must jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system, and then land in the city of New Atlantis.
Yep.
Okay. And don't worry, this will all become second nature before too long.
Okay, that's going to get everything back to normal. And then we're going to go over here and look at our... we're going to hit R. And then we're going to hit Q to change to our inventory. And then we're going to go down here to resources. And we can just hit T to store all resources. And that gets us down to a decent level. And we don't have to take anything else out of here. We can just leave it there because that gets us to where we're not overburdened anymore. And there's a book. Well, now there's usually a book in the captain's locker, but there's not in this particular instance. Never had that happen before. But we can fast travel directly from the missions menu, and what it's talking about is right here. The missions menu is down here at the bottom. This is the ship, this is the inventory, this is the star map, this is the skills, and this is where. And up here is a different thing later on, you'll see. But this is your missions menu, and you can grab jump right from here. And you can just go into one small step, hit R to set course, and then hold X to jump, and it will take us directly to Alpha Centauri. And we are going to end when we land. We are not going to get out of the ship. We're going to end
Starship Frontier, this is United Colonies Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
We don't have any contraband, and it tells us that.
Scan complete. No contraband detected.
Yep.
You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Cleared for landing. All right. So now we go into our star map, or we can do it from the missions menu, and we're going to scan the planet because we haven't been here before. Then we hit that and hit X to land, and that's going to put us on the surface at the spaceport for New Atlantis. And I am probably going to just get rid of this and create a character that's a guy, because I feel weird talking. And I'm going to hit E to get up and not go outside the ship because I want to sleep again when I come back. But again, I will probably just end this and not continue with this particular playthrough. I may, but I feel a little weird talking in guy voice when I'm a female character, you know. And one thing I want to show you about before I leave, you can go up here to, let's see, we have another modified Maelstrom that has a tactical grip. Doesn't really change the damage. We've got 326 rounds now and only 199 for the Grinnell. But anyway, we go up here to spacesuits and we can hit T to hide the spacesuits in settlements. Alright, and then tab out and go to helmets and do the same thing. Hit T and it'll hide our helmet in breathable areas. Alright, so now it's going to, and then if we go back in, it'll show us, well, it should show us not wearing a helmet, but it doesn't matter. But we're going to end the stream here. And there might be another book laying over here. Can't get around to it that side. Let's see. Nope. Can't get around to it that side. Doggone it. Come on with that. Alright, doesn't matter. Probably going to end the stream here. So thank you all for watching. Have a great day. And we'll see you. I'll figure out whether I'm going to create a new character or not. But I'll probably just create a new character and get to this point, and then we'll continue on from there. I never play female characters. I mean, I just never do it because I feel weird because I talk for my character, and I'm not a female voice kind of a guy. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next episode.